Welcome back to the Malted Man Cave. I'm Keith.
I'm Dave.
Tonight we're going to be doing a treat from Deanston. Alright, so tonight, as I said before, we have a treat from Deanston. So tonight we're going to be doing Deanston 20 Oloroso. A pretty fantastic whiskey that is pretty popular right now. We'll save our judgments for later, but I know the Scotch for Dummies, I think Drew said this is probably like his favorite whiskey that he's ever had. I know a couple other channels have kind of gone on about how great this is, so I had to pick it up, and I don't want to ruin it, but it's not bad. I'll tell you that much.
It's not bad.
So, Deanston 20, it is matured in Oloroso casks. It is not chill filtered. It's natural color, and it comes in at 55.5% ABV. So
all the check marks checked.
All the check boxes are checked. Mm-hmm. It's pretty fantastic presentation. Let's see if there's anything else I want to say about this beauty. Oh, it's a limited edition, which makes me kind of sad because that means I may not be able to get another bottle of this. So,
when I go into my local Kroger that has a liquor store, I always look down, like if I'm picking up like a mixer or something like that, and we have good ones like Wineworks and whatever, and but that Kroger there. It's the Kroger on the south side, and
the ghetto side.
No, it's well,
part of it's ghetto. Let's be honest.
And they're not drinking a lot of 20-year-old.
They're not drinking Deanston 20 Oloroso.
No, I always look down like, hey, I'm gonna.
We're lucky if they got Kamchatka vodka there.
Yeah. They always have Macallan 12.
They do?
Oh yeah.
Which is actually pretty good because a lot of, I know Canada and Europe, they have a hard time getting Macallan 12.
Really?
They got screwed over.
Come on down to Southside Kroger.
It's like the one thing we got going in Ohio is we can find Macallan 12 and Macallan 18. Although Macallan 18 is way overpriced. It's like $300. It's really good. Not quite worth that much. Yeah. So, without further ado,
let's
should we get into whiskey? We're drinking.
It is a celebration. It's a celebration. That should be the, that's how good.
Thumbnail?
I think that is a thumbnail, one of the thumbnails.
It's for the
right
long
from
row.
the teat.
The long row.
Right from the teat.
Cabernet Franc. You know I love some long row.
Keith, when he's an old man, is going to have like a bag of saline that like...
Now, if you don't want to drink this, don't. I'll take it. What about saline?
When you're an old man, like in the hospital, you're going to have Lindsay bring in like a bag full of whiskey and like a...
We digress.
What were we talking about?
What do you got
the
on
nose?
The nose.
The nose. So sherry is there, but it's not. It's not the. And we kind of had a little bit of a conversation about it as far as why I liked this sherry over some of the sherries that have kind of formed my opinion.
Some younger sherries, that aren't aged for very long, and especially if they're from season cask where they just sell sherry for like 2, 3, 4 months. And because a lot of there's some good sherry casks out there that are held for like 2 years or so. They actually are rich. It's good sherry. And then you got the ones that like literally it's just to season whiskey, and they put sherry in there for like 2, 3 months, and then here we go. It's a sherry.
It's sherry.
But even sometimes if you get one of those seasons casks, it can still be okay.
Yeah.
But they don't age it. So like the younger ones, like at 8, 10, 12. Sometimes even a little bit older. You just get all that crazy like potpourri, cinnamon, raisins, and that's it. And it's so strong.
This is a much more balanced. Yes, it's sherry, which isn't my favorite profile, but it's got so much more of the oaky side.
Because it's got the 20 years in contact with not only the sherry, but also the oak behind it. And it sucks in all the vanillins and it rounds out the notes and just makes it fantastic. So, I did... it reminded me of a little bit of of sulfury, matchsticky kind of smell to it. A little soapiness too, but I couldn't really describe a lot of what I was smelling. I put freshness. It's a very light,
it's not like a strong blow you out kind of nose. And then my last one was cucumber water. I'm trying to think.
No, I get it.
Okay.
There is a waxy / soapiness. It's very much like Klein Leash.
Yeah.
It's got this waxy, thick, but I can totally see like a little soapy notes mixed with, and I see the cucumber water actually. I'm not kidding. There is a little bit of that in there.
Yeah. So, anyways, it was a very strange nose for me because I was going into it. I sherry, but it's nice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
how about you, man? Wow. Get in deep.
Most of the Deanstons, Deanston 12, Deanston 18, and Deanston 20, Oloroso at least, they have this Nabisco Teddy Graham, like the honey Nabisco Teddy Graham note to it. Like all that honey.
Yeah.
Graham crackers.
That's so funny.
I get a little bit like it's a sourness. And it was very, very sour when I first opened this bottle up. And it kind of has gone away, but it's still there a little bit. So I get sour strawberries, raisins, milk chocolate covered cherries. Werther's Originals.
Ooh.
You get a little bit of that toffee / vanilla. And this was the best note that I got. Glazed donuts from like Schuler's. Can you smell them like the glazed donuts? Like just the glaze kind of like frosting?
Yep.
And then lastly, a little vanilla flavored candle wax.
Boom.
What about you for the palate?
Let's taste a little bit.
Oh my gosh. I almost did a single review of this.
No.
That's how much I like it.
Raisins, like what you had on the nose, definitely very strong. Cherry, that's a sherry note, right? Sulfur is still there, but it's not like it's not a bad sulfur. But then again, I'm the kind of weird palate that likes gasoline. And
sometimes sulfur in the right amount can be pleasant.
Yeah.
Obviously, if there's too much, it can be bad.
It's not. I wouldn't, and I sulfur is kind of a generic term for what I'm trying to get at as far as the taste of it. Plums are in there, just kind of dark, those dark fruits that pack a lot of flavor. Pipe tobacco, definitely.
You connoisseur.
Pipe tobacco.
Dave's growing up. He's all grown up now. You're a connoisseur.
I'm a connoisseur now.
I'm just over here listening. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You know.
I've created a beast.
Definitely walking into the wharf, that tobacco-y.
There is a little slight tobacco note that I did not put in my notes, Mr. Connoisseur. That is in there.
Oh man. And then I wrote down in my notes, sweet and spicy. I couldn't quite figure out where I was going with it, but it's a very good combination of, it's got a little heat. It's got a little spicy. I'm sure you'll probably tell me what it is, but then a sweetness that just balances it. It's a very balanced dram. It's very, very balanced. And then my last one was a little chocolate. Got a little chocolate on it.
All right, so on the palate. Daddy like.
You just start spitting it back in to like keep it. Don't do that though.
Man, again, Klein Leash and Deanston, they do have this very similar waxiness to them. I get kind of like that soapiness that you're talking about. But for me, again, it's all those like Nabisco Teddy Graham crackers again, like honey gingersnap cookies with the frosting on it.
My great-grandmother was convinced that we loved those cookies.
When you did it?
No.
So again, all those graham crackers, raisins, from the sherry.
Yeah.
Glazed donuts again. Man, that's a good note. And kind of like a little bit of the glazed donuts, frosting, maple syrup.
Yeah.
And then like, again, that waxiness. And then again, like I got on the nose, it's a sour watermelon / pineapple / cherries / strawberries, all those, like you said, the dark red fruits with a little sourness to it. Mm-mm-mm. And then lastly, a little Werther's Originals. Kind of like that toffee vanilla. A little bit of guava. I couldn't... It was either guava or grape. I couldn't quite tell. And I went with guava.
That's a good note.
Guava.
Guava.
And lastly, a little bit vanilla flavored candle wax. Amazing stuff. What about the finish?
It's a little shorter than I wanted it to be. I don't know if it's short. I would say it's a medium finish.
It's not short.
It's not short, but I feel like it is because I was like hoping for this big, long, just stay. Well, yeah, as I'm saying that, it is still, maybe it is medium to long, but it's not as long as I'd like it, which might be indicative of my score for a sherried whiskey.
Man, so for me, it's medium to long.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, most of all the notes come through. A lot of those dark fruits at the end stay on the finish. That little bit of the soapiness stays with it. A little bit of the heat. It's a good finish. Once again, it's balanced. I feel like every single step has been a well balanced affair. I couldn't think of another word.
We do these late at night. It's like 10:30.
I just played basketball, so tired.
I'm like, have you ever seen Borat? He's like,
yeah.
It's not. It's black, not. It's like it's a fair. I was waiting, in my mind I was like, I can edit this out.
Yeah, don't though.
I won't. I'll keep it in.
Yeah, but it's a well-balanced affair.
Okay. Alright, so for me it's medium to long. And you get all that delicious vanilla, guava-y, grapey, candle wax with like Nabisco Teddy Grahams. Just all the glazed donuts, all just like maple syrup. It's a delicious whiskey. I'm really sad it's gone. I really wish I would have done a single review so I could have had what Dave's drinking. Kidding. All right, Malted Man Cave Mark. Malted Man Cave Mark. What are you gonna do?
So it's not gonna be as high as what we've kind of hit on the last couple videos, but it's up there. I'm gonna give it, because it's probably my favorite sherried whiskey.
Even more so than last time?
Yeah.
The Klein Least that you gave a 91?
Well, see, I was going to put this as a 90.
Yeah, so I know. That's why I'm like, wait a second. A week ago you just gave it.
I know. So it's probably, I'm gonna stick with a 90. So it's one of my favorite sherry whiskeys. I'm going to stick with a 90. Very surprising.
90 from David Bruns.
Bringing it.
I just got to remember real quick how good it is.
Weren't we supposed to start lowering our scores? Because
I know, but we
only do the good stuff.
But if we're doing a whiskey that's really good, I'm gonna score. I have like 10 whiskeys right now that I've been planning that they're all gonna get like 75, 80, 81, 78. But I just keep wanting to do the good whiskeys first. So Malted Man Cave Mark for me is a 92.5.
Woo!
Frickin'.
Is that our first decimal?
I think I tried to do it last 2 times ago.
Okay.
Amazing, amazing whiskey. This is almost a 93, but 92.5.
I like it.
And a 90 from David.
90 from me.
All right, question of the night?
So we just got done watching the AFC Championship game, American football. And the NFC Championship game was a little bit different, and it ended a little controversial. And we wanted to...
Just bad.
We wanted to talk about it and talk about our predictions for the Super Bowl. So, watching that, what did you see in the Saints Rams game?
The Saints won that game, and they should be in the Super Bowl. Now, I know it's not fair to always say it comes down to one play, because you could always tell them, hey, if you would have done this or done this differently, you still could have won.
Still, it came down to one play.
Don't put it into the hands of the refs, but still, they would have got the first down. They would have punched it in, and it would have been game over. That dude literally came out of nowhere.
An assault.
I mean, that literally could have been like a targeting penalty. It could have been pass interference. It could have been like 3 different penalties. The guy did not even look. He just trucked him out of bounds like 3 seconds before the ball even got there.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm not a Saints fan. I do like Drew Brees. I think he's a class act, and my brother-in-law Tim is from New Orleans, so I was kind of rooting for the Saints. You know, I like golf. I like Gurley, so I wasn't like upset that the Rams won, but the Saints got screwed.
Yeah, it's just it's a shame that it ends like that because you're working the whole year for this, and
you shouldn't not go to the Super Bowl because the refs make.
Yeah, it's a huge difference between you dropping the ball and the ref taking the ball out of the So referees should be the quietest part of any sporting event. They should be in the background, seen and not heard.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody's gonna be talking about. And the NFL is.
And in a way, I feel bad for the refs. I know refs can't catch everything. They're human.
They need to put somebody in the booth.
That's why they need to have, exactly. That can, like an egregious call like that. They can call it out. Hey, you need to look at this again. It's
put up a signal into the.
You need to look at it right now.
A bat signal that shines. Stop.
And the second part of our question of the night is: so now that the Patriots won, who do we think is going to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah. So, Patriots versus Rams in Atlanta. Man, it's hard to. How do you?
We can't root against Patriots, man. We can't bet against them.
Yeah, you can't bet. You can definitely root against them, but how do you? Bet against them. Man, that's tough. And it seems like they're clicking exactly how. I love it how every year they're terrible preseason. They're terrible the first 5 games. They don't have anybody left. Tom's is his arm. Can his arm do it?
And Gronkowski's like the bionic man. He's got like his left arm. I'm pretty sure is robotic.
Dude, can you imagine getting hit by that?
You know how many surgeries she's had?
Oh, jeez, poor guy.
He's still amazing though.
Yeah. So anyways,
who do you think will win?
Yeah, I think you know what. I actually think it's probably either I'm hoping that it's a good game. If it's a good game,
you think it's gonna be a blowout, huh?
If it's a good game, if they're both in it, I think the Rams have just as much talent as New England does.
Just not the experience or the coaching.
Yeah, and so that's why I kind of think it's gonna be a blowout.
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be a good game, but at the end, the Patriots gonna pull away and win by about 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
And I really wish the Saints would have been there because I think it would have been a better game.
Final score?
Final score, I'm going to say 34-21. I know I'm going against the
34-21.
Not exactly 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking
34-21.
Mid-30s, but I think they're going to hold them to 10 points.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, we shall see. When is the Super Bowl? Is it next weekend or
2 weeks, right? 2 weeks?
2 weekends, I think so.
Yeah.
So let us know who you think is going to win the Super Bowl, and if you think the Saints got screwed out, please like, subscribe, and as always, Sláinte.